Imagine an epic clash in which a 13-year-old prodigy takes on the legendary world champion, and the outcome is mind-blowing. This is one of the most incredible games ever played in the history of chess. The showdown between Garry Kasparov, the revered Russian grandmaster, and the young Norwegian giant Magnus Carlsen, the emerging future chess superstar. Garry Kasparov, now 54 years old, retired from professional chess in 2005, while Magnus Carlsen, the current world champion, continues to play at the highest level. Comparing their current performances yields few conclusions, as Carlsen's regular participation in elite tournaments gives him an edge. Carlsen benefits from the precision of modern engines and theoretical openings, unlike Kasparov in his prime. The game starts with Kasparov nowhere to be seen. The clock ticks down and he finally appears. But the stakes are high as he has lost considerable time. Kasparov hastily arranges his pieces and the match commences. Magnus opens the game with a confident pawn to d4, setting the stage for an exciting encounter. But wait, Kasparov retaliates with a queen's pawn opening, showing he is not backing down. Magnus strikes back with a cunning move, pawn to c4, putting the pressure on the black pawn. But Kasparov has something up his sleeve, countering with the slap defense. A strategic choice indeed, often used as a defense against the queen's gambit. The battle of wits has just begun. Kasparov makes his move, placing his knight on d7, signaling his intent. And just like that, we find ourselves in the midst of a queen's gambit decline. But Magnus isn't backing down. He pushes a pawn forward to e3, strategically fortifying his defense of the powerful central squares. But wait, Kasparov strikes back, maneuvering his queen to a5, pinning Magnus's knight on c3. A cunning move indeed, forcing Magnus to react and defend by repositioning his other knight to d2. But be careful, as this move weakens his control over the center. Kasparov slides his bishop to b4, reinforcing the pin on Magnus's knight. But wait, Magnus isn't backing down. He quickly moves his queen to c2, cleverly defending his knights. Both players sense the importance of this moment, and they both castle to secure their positions. And just when you think the tension couldn't get any higher, Kasparov strikes. He boldly plays his pawn to d4, snatching Magnus's pawn and seizing control of the center. But hold on tight, because Magnus has a trick up his sleeve. He moves his knight to b3, unleashing a stunning fork on the queen and pawn, putting Kasparov in a tough spot and resetting his hold on the center with a pawn of his own. The back and forth battle continues, and neither player is willing to back down an inch. A cunning exchange in the center grants Magnus the perfect spot for his bishop on c4. The tension remains palpable as both players are locked in a fierce contest. Although the scales slightly tip in Magnus's favor, the clock is now ticking down, adding an element of urgency to every move. The pressure is on, and every second counts in this high-stakes match. In a brilliant defensive move, Kasparov repositions his queen to c7, prompting Magnus to bring his rook into action. The tension rises as the kingside pawn advances, forcing Magnus's bishop to retreat. In response, Black maneuvers the bishop to d6, placing immense pressure on Magnus's vulnerable king. The crowd holds its breath as Kasparov eyes a potential checkmate by getting his queen to h2. A thrilling battle of wits unfolds, and the slightest misstep could be catastrophic for Magnus. In a moment of incredible foresight, 13-year-old Magnus Carlsen makes a decisive move, advancing his kingside pawn to h3. This strategic maneuver creates much-needed breathing room for his vulnerable king. The tension in the room builds as Magnus showcases his resilience and resourcefulness. Brace yourself as the game takes a captivating turn. After a few more moves, Kasparov strikes with his bishop to h2, delivering a nerve-wracking check to Magnus's king. Forced to evade capture, Magnus deftly moves his king. But wait, Kasparov counters with a cunning move, placing his knight as a shield in front of his queen. Magnus seizes the opportunity, swiftly capturing the bishop, and the board erupts into a thrilling piece-for-piece exchange. Unleashing his youthful brilliance, 13-year-old Magnus Carlsen takes the initiative. He boldly advances his queen to c5, launching a relentless attack on c6. The pawn is in perilous waters. With swift precision, Magnus seizes the opportunity, capturing and initiating a thrilling exchange of pieces, a tactical masterstroke. And that's not all. He cunningly threatens to trade his knight for the rook on d8, forcing Kasparov to rethink his moves. At this pivotal moment, Carlsen commands a dynamic and aggressive position, getting the upper hand over the reigning world champion. The tension mounts and excitement fills the air as both players fiercely battle for supremacy. Brace yourselves, chess enthusiasts, for the game is about to reach its climatic peak. Kasparov cunningly moves his queen to g6, placing Magnus in check. But the young prodigy is not one to back down. In a strategic countermove, he positions his queen to block and offers a daring queen trade. Kasparov, seizing the opportunity, accepts the challenge, getting a slight advantage as Magnus grapples with doubled pawns on the g-file. Kasparov's assault continues as he deftly maneuvers his rook to e1, enticing a trade. The match is now teetering on the edge of the endgame, and with heart-pounding intensity, Magnus enters this crucial phase with a valuable one-pawn advantage over the formidable world champion. The stakes have never been higher, and every move holds the potential to change the course of this historic battle. The tension reaches its peak as the two chess players continue their fierce exchange, delivering checks to each other's relentlessly. With masterful precision, they maneuver their pieces, leaving no room for error and displaying unparalleled accuracy in their moves. Carlsen unleashes a powerful check, placing his rook on h1 and putting Kasparov's king in a vulnerable position. With this move, Carlsen strengthens his advantage, pushing it to nearly 2 pawns. In a valiant attempt to regain control, Kasparov retaliates by moving his own rook to b2, posing a threat to snatch a valuable pawn and forcing Carlsen's king to retreat to g3 for defense. In a climatic turn of events, the game seems to be headed towards a draw. With mutual respect and admiration, both players extend their hands, agreeing to a draw. The momentous feat for Magnus at just 13 years old stands as a testament to his incredible skill and determination, proving that he can hold his ground against none other than the world's top-ranked champion, Garry Kasparov. This match showcases the brilliance and tenacity of young Magnus, leaving chess enthusiasts worldwide in awe of his prodigious talent. But the excitement doesn't end here. If you're hungry for more mind-boggling chess moments, I invite you to delve into another incredible video when a teenager crushed Magnus Carlsen on our channel. Click that link on your screen right now and immerse yourself in another stunning contest. Thank you for watching.